Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Skald against the Black Priory. As today, with our trading complete and a few new potions weighing us down, we have a rare ingredient to recover from the clutch of the local wildlife. Oh, and of course, aside from just potions and ingredients, we also loaded up on all the recipes that Mother Katak had to offer. There were a fair few that we didn't have yet, though sadly we are short on ingredients for all the more useful ones. That said, our goal today is to finish clearing out this region, hopefully secure our cure, and tread lightly where Mother Katak is concerned. Obviously there's something pretty hinky going on there, but then again, they also haven't really presented us with much in the way of options. So for now, we just play along. See where this all takes us. This is the sort of setting, the sort of game, where some things just aren't apt to have happy endings. But, a big part of the experience is just the journey, the trials and tribulations, faced onto the way to that nihilistic end. Seems pretty clear around our tree. Let's head back south for now. We'll fill out the bottom of the map and try to do this methodically. We know the actual lizard nest that the lumberjacks warned us about is right near dead center, north of the Great Oak. So we're going to kind of avoid that for now as we just fill in the edges of the map. Like completing the edge pieces of a puzzle before you start filling out the center. Just want to make sure we're not missing anything. Oh, and we've got snakes? Oh no, giant centipedes. Interesting. That's new. General assumption here is they're poisonous. Oh no, they spit acid. We'll close the gap. Honestly, acid's less of a threat than poison, so I am certainly not complaining here. They're also prone to panic, so that definitely trivializes the threat. That is one thing that kind of throws me with this game. They clearly drew a lot of inspiration from D&D, but they're insectoids. They're crustaceans and the like. The creatures you would normally classify as vermin are prone to negative morale effects. It always throws me a bit when you see crabs or bugs panicking. Not a big deal though. I mean, obviously, for the most part, they're just trash mobs. There's our bottom edge, so now we just walk it as far as we can. Though, yeah, we are going to have at least some gaps we can't fill. Giant gnats, no big deal. We'll make short work of these. Though they did beat us on initiative, so once again, defensive posture. Slightly risky, but I think we're fine. Just gotta be ever so mindful with Cat's positioning. Yeah, there we go. Nice, nice. Last one's basically stun locked. Or panic locked. And we're good. Hey, got an arrow back. Nice. Do need to be mindful of those. I think we're down to our last dozen or so. At least for the good hunter arrows. We've got like 50 poor quality to fall back on after, but, you know. I really do need to start pushing her towards that Fletcher feat. We haven't even unlocked that tree yet. Oh, here we go. We've got another campsite. Fire's still going, but no signs of life and or foul play. Interesting. Implies at least 4 travelers. But there is nary a sign, ill or otherwise. Yeah, it just seems to be an optional rest point. peculiar. I mean, given what we've seen out here, I imagine they've met a similar fate as the lumberjacks almost did. There's our great oak. We know the swamp area is north of that, so we'll head due west for now. Finish filling out the edge. That's where we came in. So now we just head up. Hey, bud. A lot of little blinky eyes out there. That's not at all unsettling. Oh, yes. Okay. So that's our swamp there. Yeah. We'll hold off on that. That's our ultimate goal, or penultimate, I suppose. So where's our north edge? Oh, here we go. We've got an abandoned wagon and deceased horse. As well as gnats? Yeah, that's fair. Ultimately, I've just kind of decided it's not really worth our time to sneak in most cases. If there were a more intuitive sneak attack mechanic, maybe. But as it stands, the only real benefit is positioning and possibly surprise, but that does tend to be very, very hit or miss to the point where it's practically random. But I mean, honestly, the biggest downside to a stealthy approach is just not being able to have Farron, our spotter, with a lit lantern on point. Makes it harder for us to see things as players, makes it harder for us to detect things in-game. It's just not worth the trade-off. Aside from perhaps trying to completely avoid encounters, which, generally speaking, I don't really see us doing. I mean, I suppose if they throw, like, very specific scenarios at us, where it is in our best interest to actually avoid a fight, then perhaps. Like sneaking into a place without permission, or trying to slip past people who have just been temporarily driven mad. If there's a legitimate story reason, then yeah, I could see us falling back on stealth, but otherwise it's just not really in our interest to skip most fights, you know, that's a fair chunk of loot and XP. Whoops. No worries, though. We're fine. Here we go. Trash mob clear. Which gives us carte blanche to investigate. No corpses aside from the horse, no obvious bloodstains, no goods in the wagon. A dead horse. The bloated corpse has begun to fester, and fat flies buzz over it. Okay, no interaction options. No obvious clues. General implication would be whoever owned this cart abandoned it after their horse was killed, took whatever goods they were carrying with them. Otherwise, you'd expect to see corpses and bloodstains beyond just the dead equine. And goodness knows, Skald certainly doesn't shy away when it comes to painting the scenery with gore, which does make the distinct lack of it feel very deliberate. There's our top edge. Top left corner seems inaccessible, so we head east, and this should take us... Yes, this should take us right back to Mother Katok's tree. I think we literally just came full circle. Yep, there it is. Okay. Let's get ourselves centered. We know from the local NPCs we've got lizards here. So we are expecting combat, though, you know, again, practicality of the lantern just outweighs the practicality of stealth. At least until we get a better idea of how tough these things are, I suppose. The spiders last time around did give us a bit of a challenge. Oh shoot, yeah, okay, we've got an actual lizard den. So we are definitely keeping the lantern at the ready. No way I'm trying to map out another dungeon without a proper light source. Alright, let's monitor those lizards. Oh, yeah, here we go. Immediate signs of carnage. And lurking lizards. Plus something else. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Hi. Okay, so giant lizards. Pretty basic. Only 2, so this will be a good baseline encounter. Give us a good idea of what we're in for here. Here we go. Nice. Oh wow, so definitely a chonker. That was a solid 40-point hit. Barely got through its vitality. Fortunately, they do seem to have far less actual health. Let's finish the wounded one off. And converge. Let's go ahead and slow this one down. Not sure how hard they hit just yet, so best to hedge our bets. Okay, not terrible. Nice. And some new resources, very nice. How are we doing on arrows? Down to our last 9. We'll have to be frugal, at least with the good ones. Drina, heal thyself. And... oh, it's a dead horse, okay. A disgusting pile of torn and rotted meat litters the floor. Despite the rancid smell assaulting your senses, it appears the 2 lizards were greedily gorging themselves on it. Freya, you want to give this a look? Judging by the number of tracks and the quantity of broken bones, a large number of these creatures seem to use this area as a communal feeding ground. Freya's heard that reptiles like these tend to eat large quantities when food is readily available, before waddling off to sleep for days afterwards. Perhaps this can be used to your advantage? The lingering stench also gives you the impression that this particular species has a preference for rotted flesh. Ah, thus explaining what the dead horse is for. Gotcha. Roland, you have anything to add to that? No, okay, just a duplicate result, fair enough. Obviously, this is a means of minimizing fights down here, which is, as aforementioned, somewhat counterintuitive, but, you know, we'll do it the way they clearly want us to. Also, as an aside, that redundant skill check there, that's why we haven't rushed back to the lighthouse to check that altar. It turns out the healing check just gives you the same info as the lore check. It's just 2 means to achieve the same end. Oh, toughness 10. That's actually pretty dicey. I wasn't expecting those sorts of flank stakes. Nice. As you begin carving up the rotting corpse, the stench of decay is nearly overwhelming. Clouds of flies swarm you and crawl over every exposed part of your skin. Nonetheless, you steel yourself and make good progress. As you finish up the grisly task, you are rewarded with a large quantity of rotting horseflesh, utterly inedible to humans, but perhaps a treat for some other beastie? Some beastie boys, perhaps? Listen, all y'all, it's sabotage. All right, you brutes. Enjoy your meal, then it's off to the Komodo. You heave large chunks of the disgusting flesh into the feeding pile. Almost immediately, you hear a number of hisses from deeper inside the cave. Dinner is apparently served. Slavering, scaled beasts lumber into the chamber with their forked tongues, greedily sampling the air. A feeding frenzy erupts as the pack tears into the rotting flesh. Within seconds, the flesh is gone, and the reprehensible reptiles stagger back into the depths of the cave as the post-feeding drowsiness overcomes them. Soon, hissing snores echo throughout the caves. Perhaps the beasts will be slightly more easy to sneak past now? Well, in that case, we're not really going to get much out of it because we're going in lantern ablazing. Hi, what are you? The mauled corpse of a giant spider. Huh. Okay. Why are they drawing our attention to this random spider? Oh, okay, I see. Yes, there was a large empty aquatic chamber in the spider caves with a waterfall in it. I'll bet this takes us down there. Yeah, I mean, that must be it. There's nothing else in here. So the dead spider was just a clue as to where it leads. Not really what we're here for, so I think we can just ignore that. And here we go. Yeah, we're just going to power through. It's too much XP to leave on the table. Though we do appear to have a Demogorgon on the table, so, I mean, perhaps I will pay the price for my hubris. You flower-mouthed bastard. Actually, did they ever establish if the lizard dogs in Stranger Things Season 2 were supposed to be like the same thing as the Demogorgon from Season 1? I assume it was, just two different parts of the same life cycle, but who knows? That show is a mite bit strange. Fell lizard. Noted. We'll deal with the ads first, I suppose. Or, just whoever happens to be in our line of fire. Adapt accordingly. Though, doesn't hurt to hedge your bets. Headshot. Number 1 out. And Fell Lizard panicked. Yeah, I think we're good. I may have overestimated the scale of the threat. Number 2, T-Rect. Fell Lizard still freaking out, I think. And we are good. Yeah, that thing panicked and just never recovered. Also, level up on Theron. Let's see what we got. Haven't unlocked Diplomacy Master yet. Haven't found a proper axe. So I guess logically we should focus on these other trees first. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's go for multi-attack. We'll do 1 into Calloused Hands. 1 into Brutality. That nets us Vicious. Though it still leaves us 5 points shy. And then, you know, just so that last point actually does something tangible. We'll go ahead and grab a rank of shield training, why not? That's an extra +1 dodge. Puts us 2 levels out from getting multi-attack. And we push on. Feeling a lot more confident about this now that we've got the threat crocodiled in. Target's pinged. The temperature is noticeably higher in this chamber. Strange, nest-like structures cover the ground, and in each of them lies a clutch of large, yellowish eggs. Also, our stealth is immediately down. Yeah, that's fair. Defensive posture. We've got 2 going before us. Multiple heavy hitters in this one. Baron engaged. Not a great opener. Let's pull Cat back out. Positioning's awkward for Drina, but we'll have her intercept the other 2 once they move to join. There we go. That's slightly more like it. Target bloodied. Headshot. Swap out. Oh, goodness. Okay, well. Baron's running on fumes. Oof, still at half. Yeah, these guys can hit hard if they actually get a chance to do it. Hang in there, Drina. Just hold them off. Oh, goodness, you just ate that. Alright, let's tap the reserves. Cat running on fumes. And we're good. Last one's panicked, so we will take full advantage. O dreaded flower beast, from where dost thou stem? And we're good. With a level up for Freya. Let me just scout the room real quick, then we'll give that a peek. Eggs obtained. Alright, let's see here. Max Cascade. Arcane Rush. Recover attunement when wounded. +5 attunement. Could start pushing our air magic higher, but are we really in a hurry to reach the tier 2 spells? I feel like they're actually not that good, though the ones beyond it are. We'll grab this attunement boost and then drop the spare point in Air Expert. That puts us within 1 of Arcane Rush or 2 of Air Master. So we have options. I mean, really, as always, our biggest limiting factor with her is going to be just lack of attunement. The higher end spells are nice, but they're also expensive. And once more under the breach. Looks like 4 standard, so nothing to worry about here. Though as we saw last time around, I think one of the regulars actually did land a 20 plus damage crit. So let's not get too careless. Clear a path. Thank you, Farron. Careful. Or sign of the times. Spinal tapped. Hold. We're good. Level up for Roland. Nice. Yeah, let's give that a quick peek. Not sure if we're actually going heavy with him just yet, so we'll hold off there. Oh, right, yes, but we were, however, going for Cleave. Which we are one level off from, so... Yeah, we'll go all in on Cleave. That is a third potential attack per round. And see, this is exactly why we're killing these guys. I mean, loot aside. That's 3 levels we've gained now. By not stealthing our way through. An unfortunate but common problem when it comes to a lot of these old school RPGs. Oh shit, okay, well, you know what? This might have been a good case for a slightly more restrained approach, but we're in it, so... Defensive posture. Here we go. Farron engaged. Drina engaged. Cat falls back. Nice tag. That's fine. Slow him down. Ooh, slightly problematic. Nice. Fall back. Yes, that works. Headshot. Head chopped. Other 3 are all active now, but they're out of immediate charge range. Reposition. Move to flank. Farron moves up. Roll in charge. Cover Roland. Oof. Drina running on fumes. Nice, 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 nice. Push him back. Fly to their aid. Lay it all out. Baron at half. Target out. Oh, cat, come on now. Disarmed. Baron on fumes. And there we go. My goodness. That was an actual fight. Nice to know we can still get one of those every once in a while, as nerve-wracking as they may be. And look at that. There's our prize, something we would have actually missed had we just snuck our way through. Oh, for fun. Come on, man. Alright, fine, whatever. I'll take your masterwork longsword of speed. Man, what's a guy got to do to get a proper magic axe? But, you know, on the bright side, once again, great trade fodder. Seriously, though, it's like the one category we don't need. We can use pretty much everything else. Clubs, daggers, axes, great weapons. My goodness. Anyway, wasn't exactly over easy, but let's finish this mad scramble for a cure. Or, you know, whatever Mother Katak is cooking up for us. Mother Katak. The crone hums to herself as she gently rocks the crib back and forth. Mother Katak, I've, poached the eggs you requested. Oh, look at these beautiful eggs. The crone strokes gently. They will do fine. My concoction is nearly ready. She cracks the large eggs open and dumps the squirming contents into her cauldron. Steam begins to rise and the mixture changes color to a deep crimson. The old woman decants the mixture into a glass bottle. This will do. Soak bread in a thimble of this and it will purge your guts of any foulness. She hands you the bottle before slumping down heavily into her chair. Suddenly, the previously animated woman looks exhausted. The crib rocks slightly as a low growl escapes it. Thank you, Mother Katak. I will take this and be on my way then. Best of luck. The old woman begins to tremble as tears run down her cheeks. Then a broad, manic smile twists across her face. My boy is hungry. He says I'm not enough for him anymore. Oh, is that so? The old woman pulls her robe slightly down, revealing her torso. It is marred by half a dozen obscene, round wounds. A hearty meal will do him good. The woman smiles serenely as a horrid chirp escapes the crib. The blanket in the crib ripples as something much larger than a child rises from it. An inhuman, squirming mass of teeth, eyes, and what appears to be tentacles. The eyes stare at you without blinking, and then the creature howls. What is that? The horror lunges at you with inhuman speed. You thrash around the cottage as it snaps at your face, until finally you manage to smash it into the wall. The screams of the abomination mix with those of the old woman as it rapidly scuttles off, up the chimney and into the woods. Look what you've done! The old woman falls to her knees and buries her face in her hands. Roland stares at the scene, mouth agape. This is insanity. You take the medicine and leave. Well, that was unpleasant. Mother Katak, you good? The crone is babbling incoherently while tears stream down her face. Suddenly, she seems to notice you. You did this! You took my boy from me! There is nothing more for you here. That's probably fine. Man, so much for trying to avoid an awkward situation. I was really trying not to poke the bear, but the game was just not having any of it. Actually, can we, it said it went up the chimney, so can we perhaps find something back here? Apparently not. I wonder if there is an actual follow-up for that. We are now outpacing what I played in early access, so... As you make your way through the dense underbrush, a terrible, inhuman scream cuts through the forest. You instantly recognize it as the foul abomination that fled from Mother Katak's cottage. No doubt, the creature still lives. Ooh, baby. Okay, well, I guess that answers that. That was quick. Sounds like we... Ooh, the lizard's jaws snap greedily as reptilian eyes fix you. I'm assuming you're not Katak's baby and just a random encounter. Oh my goodness, okay. You know what? Defensive formation? Might actually have to rest after all this. It has been a long time coming. Drain at half. Cat engaged. This might be a good time to bust out the stun. Top off? Shoot, I was hoping we'd cascade. Well, this is a situation where an AoE would have actually come in handy. Just have to make do with what we've got. Let's buy ourselves some breathing room here. Oh, Baron, why? You climbed to such barren heights, and yet still left me cold. Alright, well, we got one out. Mayhaps I'm being a tad too dramatic. We're not actually in peril just yet. No one's maimed, no one's bleeding out. The line is still yet held. Baron at half. Drina at half. Fly, you fools! Target out. Party inspired. Target out. Stun on cooldown, so hang tight. Freya just over half. Nice. Target out. Oh. Well, that's not a great place for you. That's cool, I got you. Yeah, I think at this point we're in pretty good shape. I will say, though, definitely felt some pressure on this one, too. 2 real fights in a single episode. Hopefully they can keep that up. You know, on the one hand, it is always nice to curb stomp the occasional trash mob, but you don't want things getting too easy. You want some actual pushback from time to time. And there we go. Which nets us 500 XP and a boatload of crafting goods. Also, level up on Cat. Definitely earned that one. Let's see what we got. Stealth, yeah. And I can't say I'm really all that excited about Smoke Bomb. So perhaps it's time we start pushing up this center track. Yeah, we want that Fletcher ability. Fancy footwork? Which one was that? Oh, swapping places, right? Yeah. That would be nice, but I feel like Fletcher is a slightly higher priority. Though we could stand to diversify. We'll go +1 dodge, and then sink the last point into +1 piercing. So 2 levels out from the arrow recovery feat. Not too shabby. And we are pushing the hour mark, but I would like to see this through. Let's get back to camp. Man, part of me does want to go back and scour the woods around Katak, but you know, we've got to prioritize. I have no idea if any of this is time sensitive, so best not tempt fate. You've returned. Did you find the medicine? You know, I did. I do have some concerns about it, but it's not my place to stop you if you still want to use it. Bless the holy tombs. You don't know how much this means to me, and little Alan. Hannah gingerly feeds her child a piece of bread dipped in the foul brew. The child offers a slight grimace at the taste, but seems no worse for wear. Okay, Hannah, Alan, I really genuinely hope that works out for you. Also, level up for Drina. The child looks healthier. Already his fever appears to have broken. Hannah smiles gratefully at you. Huh. Okay, well, I mean, that's a good sign, I suppose. You know, monster baby aside, perhaps we misjudged Mother Katak? We'll just hope for the best there. I mean, because seriously, what were our other options? Not providing the only potential cure? Oh, let's push for Shield Rush. Get that banked next level. Much as with Freya, there's no point in rushing those new spells if we don't actually have the attunement to cast them. The aged cleric's face lights up when he sees you. Ah, Farron! Blessing of the dead upon you. Yeah, you too. So what news? Is a cure in sight? You know, sort of. Yes? Have you found anything? I have. I do have what is purportedly a cure. I would not want to deprive you of the option. Drawl suspiciously accepts the potion. He grimaces as he examines the murky liquid against the light. These are dark days indeed, when the most holy order of sepulchites must resort to folk cures and lay medicine. He sighs. Then again, I feel we're left with little choice at this point. With Drina's help, the two clerics go from patient to patient, administering the foul brew. Now, we wait. And so we shall. The effect does not take long to manifest, and within hours the patients seem to be back on their feet. Drawl appears both relieved and pensive. You cured them? I was certain their lives were forfeit, and yet here they walk out on their own 2 legs. though at what price, I wonder? In any case, I took the time to gather some items that might serve you well in the trials that no doubt lie ahead of you. He hands you a collection of potion bottles. Thank you. Go now. I'll remain here if I am needed. May the dead ever watch over you. Drina pats the old man gently on the back. You did well, my old friend. Stay safe. Okay, so far so good. Early results are encouraging, though who's to say what the future might hold. For now, though, the important thing is that clears our 2 primary quests in the camp, and opens the door to whatever comes next. Though obviously we also still have some random side stuff we have to take care of. Anything else, Withdrawal? It would appear not. Another major quest under our belt, a few more level ups, and, of course, the rare pleasure of leaving off on an actual feel-good ending for once, however fleeting that may be. A fair bit of filler combat, but we did have a couple of nice nail-biters in the mix. We'll hit the pause button for now. I will take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, do some trading, figure out our next move, and we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.